to today's episode of the Niger Ombudsman, and this is a follow-up video to the initial video I had made on the just concluded Kenya elections. We know that a lot of drama had gone on in that particular election, which culminated in Raila Odinga going to the court to challenge the results. And today, the court has just finished its sitting, and I was very impressed with the details of the verdict, the composure of the Chief Justice, who sat as head of the Council of the Electoral Appeal Court. And I must say that Martha Koome, who is the 15th Chief Justice of Kenya and the first female Chief Justice of Kenya, did a wonderful job. And I also must say that I love the interaction or the interactions between the council and the appellant legal team and the defendant's legal team. I was really very much impressed. There are 12 takeaways from this particular verdict, and I'll take them one by one. The first one was that, as against the accusation by Raila Odinga that there was ballot stuffing, the court was able to prove that, or the IEBC was able to prove that the discrepancy between votes casted during the presidential elections and that of the other elections, that is the parliamentary, governorship, and the other 3 elections, was due to the fact that prisoners and Kenyans in diaspora were only allowed to vote in the presidential elections. And so that was the reason why there was that discrepancy in votes casted during the presidential elections and subsequent elections. Then the second takeaway was that the court found out that there was no significant difference between, or there was no significant differences between the figures reported and tallied from the polling units and reported to IEBC, and which was subsequently uploaded in the IEBC servers. So there was no difference between the figures from the polling units and the different constituencies sent to the IEBC and then uploaded in their servers. So that again was able to justify the integrity of the IEBC during these elections. Then the third one was that the power to oversee tallying, verifying, reporting, and declaration of a presidential candidate as the winner of an election was vested on the chairman of the Electoral Commission and not the commissioners. The IEBC Act stipulates that the staff will handle tallying of results as they arrive from the field and transmit such to the secretary, who in turn will report to the chairman, in this case Chibukati. And then the 4 commissioners who went rogue were a part of this whole process. They were part of the collation of the results. They were part of reception of results that came in. And so the Chief Justice and the Council were surprised at their own response at the 11th hour. Why did they now decide to go and have a public, a conference or a media address when they were part of these different processes? The chairman did not handle, the fourth one was that the chairman, that is Chibukati, did not handle verifying of results and tallying of the results exclusively, that he did not do it alone. It was the it was basically this was the exclusivity of this was on the commission. So the commission had the responsibility of this, but as a commission, different people were responsible for different stages. It was the duty of the chairman was a supervisory one. His own was to ensure that everything went well and to ensure that things that were brought to him were verified and in order, and everything was done as expected. The fifth one was that the four commissioners had not proven to the court with any documents that the election results were compromised in any way, or proved that there was indeed any significant difference between results reported and that from the polling stations. So it was simple that the four commissioners did not in any way present any convincing document or any document that proved that the results of the election was compromised, and neither were they able to prove that there was discrepancy between the results that came in from the different polling units and the constituencies. They were not able to prove that there was a discrepancy between those results and that which was reported and posted in the servers of IEBC. Then the Chief Justice questioned the action of the four commissioners who went rogue, led by Juliana Cherera, the Vice Chairman of the Commission. She asked why were the four commissioners part of reporting and tallying of results until the 11th hour in a process they said was opaque and they could not take responsibility for. Why were they part of all that until the 11th hour when the final result was now being declared? Then the chairman of this council, that is Chief Justice Martha Koome, she questioned the silence of Chibukati in the face of the commissioner's reckless public outburst. So she questioned it because I also agree with the Chief Justice. I did not see the reason why Chibukati did not have a counter press conference just when Juliana Cherera and her group were holding a conference, because that was a serious security risk for the nation. Thank God that people quickly came in to calm the situation. Otherwise, their action could have brought a serious national security risk. The judge stated that it showed a malice or a sickness within an institution that was given the responsibility of conducting and overseeing a very, very sensible national assignment. Of course, we know how volatile elections can be in Africa, also in many other countries, but in Africa we have seen a lot of crises come up after elections. Kenya, as an example, have had that. In 2017, we saw how many, in 2007, we saw how many people were killed. More than 1,200 people lost their lives because of election violence. And so this could have been another situation if not the way it was properly handled, and the fact that Odinga acted maturely and calm and called these people to order. Then the eighth takeaway was that the dysfunctionality within IEBC had not compromised the results of the sovereign will of the people presented through their votes. So the people independently voted in these elections, but the crisis, the rancor or personality issues within IEBC did not in any way affect the results of the votes of the people. And then the ninth one was that the court was satisfied that IEBC conducted and reported results of the elections in accordance with the dictates of the laws of Kenya. So how the processes that was involved, how the IEBC conducted the elections were within the gambit of law as stipulated by the Constitution of Kenya. Then the third one was that the candidate declared as winner had 50.48% and therefore met the constitutional threshold of 50 plus one vote, 50% plus one vote, as stated in Article 138 Article 138 4A of the Constitution of Kenya. So William Ruto met that stipulation. So therefore, he's officially the winner of the elections. And some other things that came up was that 86,000 plus voters were identified manually because the King's election kit did not function in these places. However, according to IEBC, backup devices were brought in to basically resolve this particular problem. Then the 11th takeaway for me was that the illegalities noted by the appellant, that is Mr. Raila Odinga, were not of such magnitude that could sway the results of the elections. Of course, we know that there were illegalities on both sides or on different sides. However, what the court said was that they did not in any way see whatever illegalities that had gone on in some places as having any kind of significance towards swaying the results, the final results of the presidential elections. And then the last takeaway for me, the petition was finally dismissed, and then the petitioner, that is Raila Odinga, and the respondents involved in this particular elections, they were asked to bear their cost. And because we know that a lot of money was involved in this, and so all those who were involved in this particular case were asked to bear their cost. And I say congratulations again to William Ruto. Now he's certain that he is the incoming president of Kenya. And I would say that he's coming in now. He comes in with full assurance, knowing that the Supreme Court had now given him or confirmed the mandate given to him by those who voted for him. So he's now the incoming president, and there are lessons for Uhuru to learn, Uhuru Kenyatta. There are lessons for Raila Odinga to learn. And also, I appeal strongly to Raila Odinga, as he has acted very maturely, that he should take it to an end. He has won a lot of support so far for the way that he called his people to order. And after the declaration of the court today, I also appeal to him to toe the line of honor and extend his congratulations to William Ruto, and also call his people to order. It is not the end of the world. I know that this was his 5th attempt at becoming the president of Kenya, but it didn't work out. Would there be another day? I don't know, but I want to wish the people of Kenya the best as they go forward when the Ruto comes in. And I also want to say that once again, I was really very impressed with Martha Koome and the council, the maturity, the calmness. Oh, I was really very impressed. And I say congratulations. There are lessons for other African nations to learn from how this appeal had gone on, because we did not see any kind of intimidation. We did not see any kind of rancor from the appellant judicial team, nor that of the defendant's team. Everything went well, and I hope that I just want to wish Kenyans the best, and I hope to see you all in my next video.